Today is to update COVID-19 outbreak status of Singapore. This is based on the latest information as of April 15, 2020. Despite the very difficult situation happening to Singapore lately with regard to this COVID-19 outbreak, I personally trust the Singapore government and its people, and I want to express appreciation for their continuous effort and support to people. Now, this is the current status of Singapore as of April 14, reported by the government. Singapore reported 334 new coronavirus cases, bringing the total number of cases to 3,252. Of the new cases, 198 are linked to non-clusters, 22 are linked to other local cases, and 114 are as yet unlinked. This is the curve of the total number of cases. This is said to see that curve increased by exponential rate. We are currently experiencing heavy increase since last month, and this continued to accelerate and get worse. I explained in the earlier video regarding circuit breaker measures introduced by the Singapore government. These measures kicked in from April 7, 2020 till May 4, 2020. If the situation doesn't improve dramatically, I think this measure can be extended. Then, let me quickly quote circuit breaker measures one by one. Firstly, safe distancing is compulsory. So any place in public, you must comply with safe distancing, which is at least 1 meter away from others. Here are some illustrations showing how safe distancing must be kept. Must stay at home unless you really have to. Then you must stay away from others at least by 1 meter. Just simply do not gather outside. This is the most powerful measure in my opinion, with very strong restrictions. Except family members under the same household, any type of gathering is not allowed. Only the exception is for elderly people who need special care and attention. For example, you cannot see your own siblings unless you stay with siblings under the same household. You cannot see your friends, relatives, colleagues, or anyone for the time being. This is the level of restriction the government enforced. And these measures forced all schools to be closed. No exception, all schools are closed. Tuition, academy, or any type of third-party education centers were already closed last March. And now, all schools are closed. Hence, all students are 100% by home-based learning. Home-based learning is based on Google server, and I found this very reliable in terms of server stability. All companies are closed. All employees are not allowed to come into the office, and everyone must work from home only. All shops are closed. The only exceptions are for grocery stores like NTUC, Cold Storage, or Giant, where you can get essential grocery, and pharmacy like Guardians or Watson, you can get essential healthcare goods. Under these circuit breaker measures, there are exceptions where this measure is not applicable. Government categorize it as an essential service, and these are exempt from circuit breaker measures. It really makes sense by common sense. Essential services are healthcare, utility, infrastructure, banking, IT, transportation, food, and energy-related industry. This is the video I took in front of a supermarket in my neighborhood. In order to apply safe distancing inside the supermarket, they control customers entering the supermarket to make sure inside is not congested. Therefore, customers must queue outside with safe distancing like what you can see from this video. This is the additional measures enforced by the Singapore government since April 14th to mitigate extreme current situation. All must wear a mask. This is a compulsory advisory. Once you leave the house, wherever you are, whenever you are, you must wear a mask. But there are 3 exceptions for this measure as well. Firstly, if you are engaged in strenuous exercise like jogging, running, you are exempt from wearing a mask. This is a recommendation from medical study that wearing a mask might be not good when people engaged in strenuous exercise. Thanks to this exemption personally, as I can still continue to exercise every morning. Secondly, for babies below 2 years old, it is exempt. Of course, there are no masks that fit the size of the baby, and we cannot force the baby to wear a mask. Therefore, we shall protect our baby by limiting outdoor activity while being cautious always. Lastly, this advisory may be flexible for groups with difficulties. For example, children who need special needs may face difficulty in applying this requirement. Let's see what are the consequences if you violate this advisory. First-time offenders will have a fine of $300. Repeat offenders will have higher fines or prosecution. So by violating this, even imprisonment is probable. For foreigners holding work pass can be revoked and permanently barred from working in Singapore.